Hi, Dmitri.
Hi, Sandris.
So it's a big pleasure to meet you again and to speak about your piece.
It's almost 1 year, I would say.
Almost 1 year.
Yeah.
So, I would like to speak about one piece, which is very special. And the piece is Crypto Silence. And it's piece, which to my mind is one of the first, maybe it's not for you, but one of the first pieces where academic composers compose piece connected to NFT token, non-fungible token. So it's a big pleasure in this regard, and I just want to ask some questions about the piece.
Yeah, sure.
Can you just give me some context of piece, how it's how idea emerged? It was your idea, or it was some commissioned, or
no, that was not a commission, but actually to answer shortly would be quite difficult because it's a long story. Since many years, I'm interested, I think all the artists somehow interested in the, how it's called in English, the ending points of the territory of the art which we deal with, yes, which we represent and which we communicate. In this case, it's the territory of music, yes. And for sure, one of these ending points for many decades was 4:33, 4 minutes 33 seconds by Cage. From one point, it was the ending point of the sound universe, of the musical universe. From the other point, it was the opening door for new stream of reflections on what is music, what is musical space, what can be named music, etc. It was really one of the important revolutions in music. But at the same time, it stayed as a kind of, there is nothing behind that. Yes, we know some precedents that before Cage, there were a number of silent pieces, yes, starting from Alphonse Allais, end of 19th century, and so on. There were, I don't remember exactly, but there were a number of silent pieces. Afterwards, I'm not so into this topic actually, but there were some examples, I'm sure. Yes, we can name I don't want to name because I'm not prepared. I could list a couple of examples, yes. But I was always interested as an artist and as many colleagues of mine in, however, thinking of probably there is something behind. There is still something to reflect, still something to deal with, yes. And thanks to the situation we live all now, yes, the isolation, the closed borders, etc., our life seriously moved into this digital space, yes, into the internet, etc., etc., etc. I learned a lot about these kind of technologies during this year. And I did some projects with these questions.
You mean NFT, right?
Huh?
You mean NFT tokens? And
no, now I speak. I come from I start with the digital space in general, and just to be honest, just a couple of weeks ago, my son came to me, and we were speaking about mining. He explained me what is I had no idea about that before. And he told me about this NFT also. And it happened so that I suddenly, I had a project with Russian artist, visual artist, IS plus F, and one gallery placed one of tokens, how it's called, token, yes, at the virtual gallery, and they so it was sold a week ago at this gallery. So I started to see there is a space which I had no idea that it exists. And as I know, not many people at least in my domain, yes, has connections to it or ideas about that. So I started to think about it. I learned a little bit about that, about these possibilities. I noticed that there is a possibility to upload sound files also, that it is not only about avatars of from Minecraft games or etc. And this crypto territory, yes, with crypto money, with crypto persons, because it's mostly anonymous, yes, we don't know who is behind these nicknames, etc. Turned to be an interesting question to kind of to reflect, yes, and artistically reflect, and to create, of course, a kind of artistic feedback to these reflections. And just I came back to this idea of silence, of actually Cage's idea is the impossibility of silence. Yes, he said that silence doesn't exist.
Yes.
In digital space, in numbers, we can say that silence can exist. It's the only space where silence can exist. Yes,
Right.
in parameters, in numbers, in kind of data. In data, zero wave, zero sound. There is another interesting thing, because I will say about that later probably. Even in digital space, it doesn't exist because of a dithering. There is it's a very special thing, dithering. It's artificial noise events which is automatically added to sound files. Right. Yes. So, but anyway, ideally it can exist there. So I kind of immediately came up with this idea of, it's a kind of reflection of Cage, but I perceive it as my standalone project. Yes,
but the length is the same, right, as a Cage?
The length is the same. So I did 4 files with no input. So it's really recordings. So it's 1 minute recording, but without input signal, in 4 different formats. I choose, of course, there is a possibility of enormous number of formats. I choose very pop formats. Yes, so it is MP3 and WAV. And 2 types, mono MP3, wave mono wave, stereo MP3, stereo wave. And these 4 silences, they have, as you can imagine, a very different weight. Yes, mono MP3 is about, I don't remember, 500 bytes. And stereo wave, it's about 10 megabytes. But as a kind of data, it is all the same. It is this kind of reflection of possibility or impossibility of pure silence in the digital space. And
why crypto?
Because as it can exist, yeah, only in digital, only in numbers. So this is the growing, let's say, and people explore this new space, this digital space. I mean also digital market, because music also lives, of course, in artistic ideas, but it also has economical aspects, yes, which are usually taken by publishers, by by commissioners, etc., etc. Yes, composers they stay away from these questions more or less, and in this domain, this is the place where the economics, virtual crypto economics, meet with the virtual platform for art. Yes, and actually this project came because I find this is the only platform which is where everything is linked.
Good.
Nowhere space with no music, with nowhere no when music, and it came to me. So I decided to post it there. Actually, it's my second NFT project because the first was before, and it is a number of 24 short virtual generated piano pieces. They are also listed as a separate pieces, and one is already bought before I started to speak about this project, and it will be promoted somehow, but already now it has its first virtual, I don't know who it is, it's anonymous wallet. Yes, and so I named the price. The price is quite high for this crypto silence. I bundle these 4 files in one. Yes, so it's a bundle of 4 files, which I named 40 Ether. Yeah. For me, it's nothing. I don't know. Actually, Ether, it's Ether. Yes.
I think today it's very close to $80,000.
Yes, by that time it was $70-something thousand. But I noticed that this price is still kind of it is present in the domain of contemporary music. It is a price of big opera, and I would say it's not extra high price. Yes, it's a high price, but it's not something which is beyond the possible, beyond the imaginary. So I don't call it opera, but it can. It is still in the frame of the prices of contemporary music up to now, because now it rises. I see that the Ethereum goes more and more. It was 1,070, 1,700, yes, by the time I posted it. Now it is 2,000 something already. So, but starting from this moment, I kind of, I gave the life for this project, and it is performed, yes, because the performance is being placed in this market. And now I just follow the life of this of this project, of these 4 different, very different silences. Let's see.
So do I correctly understand that the central message that is here is that you are selling digital silence?
Selling, yes, of course I'm selling, yes, because I become my publisher, I become my agent, I become my streamer, etc., yes. But the first idea is not selling. First idea is kind of placing it there.
Placing, yes, because what I understand, because from NFT, right? So NFT is very unique, very one and unique token, which we can exchange or trade and etc. Right?
Yeah.
But it's only one, and with very huge identity. And this identity is your digital file. Actually, what you do by this, you are saying here is a silence of 1 minute, and now this digital silence is created by Kourlandski.
Yeah.
Actually, it always will be attributed by Kourlandski because nobody else cannot replace. Right? So it's always like crypto silence with 46 seconds performed in that space only will be created by you, right? Nobody else.
Exactly. But if if we imagine the situation that someone buys this silence, yes, he or she or this organization, we don't know, becomes the owner of this silence. Yes, I'm still the creator of this silence, but they become the only owners, and they have a possibility to sell it again, and with a much higher price. Because I imagine if someone buys 4 minutes of silence for 80,000 euro, dollars, the price of the silence raises automatically, because it's a happening. Yes, it's a happening.
Yes.
It's the realization of the project. This person or organization becomes the performer of the project.
Yes. And do I correctly understand, right? If I'm buying that, if I'm buying your crypto silence, right, for example,
yeah,
then I acquiring the file, I can open the file, and there is literally this all sensorial experience is literally silent, right?
Absolutely.
See how it goes, but nothing sounds, right?
Yes, exactly. But actually, you can listen to it even now, because these files are placed in this OpenSea market, and they all have this play button. And I don't know if it is possible to download these files if you own this token. The token is the address, actually. It's the signature, yes, and you become the owner of the signature. But everybody can listen to it. The only thing is that you own it. It's like the original of an art piece, yes. We have thousands, millions of copies of Madonna, but there is only one original, yes. And so
and
this
original silence will be Kourlandski silence, right? Right?
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. And you can own it.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's stupid. No, it's not stupid. I don't want to judge. Yes, it's crazy, and I like it, actually.
Yes, it's a bit crazy, right?
Yeah.
And here is the interest of that, right? But okay, I understand about the concept of crypto silence, right? It's like, if I correctly understand, right, it's expansion or let's say some transformation or of cage idea, bringing it into digital realm, right? Creating
a kind of.
Yes, saying that maybe there is only a space where theoretically could be the silence, because you said that due to features it's impossible because it gives them something on it.
But it's beauty, actually. I find it's beautiful that this dithering, yes, we receive dithering as a piece of art, actually, and it's just generated. It's natural.
This part is very clear for me, and how you how it. Tell me a little bit more about this NFT part, right? How you came to this NFT, and because the power on this piece is that actually it's not in the silence, right? It's not like that somebody like you, like, I don't know, make version of Cage or something. It's
no.
Here is the most powerful is that you connect this NFT stuff, right? This and claiming, not claiming, but playing in that realm where you can claim some digital ownership, which is very absurd in your case because you claim ownership of silence, right?
Yeah. I think it's really reasonable, yes, to own the silence. It's much more reasonable than to own any kind of sounds or.
Yes. And I think this is the beauty and of this project. But can you just elaborate how you came to all this NFT idea, right? And how it merged into one concept?
As I thought that I already answered this. To have this virtual economics, yes, virtual presence, new types of ownership, yes, new types, and actually it's impossible to own the piece of music. Yes, the publishers, they have contracts, etc., but it's other type of ownership. Yes, with NFT idea, this ownership is kind of extended, and here it is possible to own music. Yes, it's hard to imagine and to feel it, but it's something very special.
Yes.
it's something very special. I think that
It's
actually,
pure market, right? It's pure market of creative stuff.
yeah, exactly. The thing is, it's something to be reflected yet. Yes, it's very new, and it's something which I think about. I will start with a very strange, parallel. Yes, in the history of music, always new instruments appeared. Yes, we never had modern piano, then it comes. We never had saxophone, then it comes. Etc. etc. New electronic instruments, they appear. When these instruments, for example, the acoustic ones, appear, yes, they don't have yet the repertoire. Yes, people perform the existing music composed for other instruments, previously existing instruments, and starting with the appearance of this new instrument, the new repertoire, the new music starts to be generated. Yes, but humanly generated already. So in a way, this appearance of new type of market, new type of kind of economical space, not only economic, I believe it's also a new type of art space.
Yes.
If we speak about it as of instrument, then now probably this instrument will open a possibility to generate a special repertoire, which will be connected only to this type of platform or existence. Yes. If it exists for a certain number of years or decades, this we don't know. Probably it will disappear. Probably not. I don't know.
I can say. I think it will. I did. Here, for my understanding, right? And from my knowledge, like NFT is not it's not rise or was created concept yesterday or this year,
yeah,
or last year. So it was actually a lot of talks was already in 2018 or 17. There was a lot of good projects, and it was like CryptoKitty, which was very popular.
Yeah,
Do a lot of things with that, and then it just took 2 or 3 years just to evolve that space into something bigger, right? And of course, there will be like any space. There is some times of when space emerges, there is time of hyper interest from all others. There is, of course, let's say, hyper interest and let's say hyper price increase, right? Or let's say hyper like speculative bubbles, right? But it doesn't mean that the space will disappear. No, it will. Okay. Maybe it will be bigger or smaller. We don't know, right? But space in some or another form will exist.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Anyway, we are spectators, yes, and we follow and we decide if we participate or it flows away.
Yes, yes. But right, correctly, I understand that this what makes intrigued for you is that this NFT offers you, let's say, for you actually like a composer because it's true. I can imagine the same. Let's say I can imagine, and there was like a similar relationship, right? But only not in digital realm, but in physical realm, right? When I'm a visual artist, I create painting, and I'm selling the painting to you, right? With this NFT, what you do, you create digital good attached to this unique token, so that there is only one token in the world which is attached to particularly to that digital, let's say digital numbers, right?
Exactly.
So this means it's unique. Nobody else can do it anymore, because this is already, let's say, crypto silence is already taken territory of Kourlandski, right? You cannot create the same stuff anymore and sell it to it, right? Which is actually a little bit new, not so much new stuff regarding visual art, but it's completely new situation in music, right? Yeah, because
No, I won't say it's completely, it's not completely new. If, first of all, there is a big tradition of personal commissions. Yes, when a concrete person commissioned concrete composer to create a concrete piece, and this commissioner becomes the owner. So it existed since the very beginning of in the real life also. Or, for example, my colleague Boris Filanovsky, he launched this project Music Direct,
yes,
which he proposing to write music for concrete person, and it's quite successful project. Yes, he has he created already more than 44, more than 40, actually up to now, as I know, 44 pieces for concrete people, and they own the paper sheet, and it is connected to their names, to their stories, or somehow it depends on concrete different situation.
but can they resell it?
They can sell it, sure. Sure, they can sell
Other
it.
market of
No, there is no. It's a first commission. What happens after, we don't know, but because it's not registered anywhere, as I understand.
Here I understand, right? In that particular NFT realm, there is a market, right? So
Exactly.
I can sell. I can sell. I can buy your piece with the goal to resell it in 3-4 years, right?
Exactly, in any price, actually.
Yes.
Or auction, you can make the.
And here is novelty for music, right? Because the music is always
probably.
Because I know a lot of banks or hedge funds or family offices, they are buying visual art, right? With the goal of that they will appreciate in the value. But I haven't heard a lot that the same happened with music, that you bought, I don't know, 10 musical pieces with the aim to resell it, right? Was it the case? I don't know.
In a way, it happens in the domain of publishing houses. Yes. If some publishing house owns the license for certain, but it is connected to the rights society, and this it's a kind of this, but it's very different in NFT. Yeah, it's very different. And
can you just can you explain? Right, it's NFT is non-fungible token, right? So on what kind of software or what kind of wallet you have? Because as I understand now, it's in your wallet, right? So NFT as a token belongs to you, yet it's not sold, right?
When it is not sold, it is mine. Yeah.
Yes, and where you store it, right?
It is in crypto market OpenSea.
Yes.
Yes, anyone can open it and see billions of crypto art there, and not only art but also crypto shit there, and so you just write Dmitri Kourlandski as it is written, or you write crypto silence.
Yes.
And you will find my marketplace.
Yes.
Yes, and there is a price. You can just press a button and buy.
Yes, got it. So, but you have because at least with other cryptos, like for example, I have Ethereum's, or I have other tokens, right?
Of course, you have to open your crypto wallet.
Yes,
of course. You have because you can buy it only with Ethereum. Yes, and so you have to, but it's easy to open, and you can.
You have some MetaMask or what kind of wallet you
have?
No,
I Coinbase.
Okay.
My wallet is Coinbase. I couldn't register MetaMask because it requested it seems that it is impossible in Russia because it requested an address from outside of Russia. So Coinbase didn't ask for it worked for Russia.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, this I understand. So you use Coinbase, right, in order to register to that open. It was OpenSea, right?
OpenSea, yeah.
OpenSea, because OpenSea is that platform where you can issue those tokens, right?
Exactly.
And what kind of software you use for creating? The piece.
For creating the piece.
Yes.
It's Logic. Logic. I did it in Logic, simply.
And
actually, I don't feel any, from my side, yes, from my perspective, how I feel this project, to create a very special programmation. Yes, I believe that for me it was important. It's very simple. It's all in my computer. It's
yes,
handmade
yes,
and homemade.
yes, yes. Yes, and I understand, right? The composing wasn't very complicated, right? So you just you have idea.
I won't say so. It took me,
No,
as I told you,
it's very hard to create a digital silence.
No, it took me 10 years to create it. Yes.
Why 10 years? Can you?
As I told you, because this question of ending points of art, yes. When I speak with my students, since, I would say since 10 years, or because I'm teaching since quite number of years. So since very beginning, I think it was one of my examples of this overcoming the ending points. As an example, I showed the Solo for Violin by Namjoon Paik.
Yes.
This piece where the violinist has to break the violin. Yes. So again, it was a kind of one of these ending points. What can be then? But in a couple of years, I don't remember exactly, the George Maciunas from the same group of Fluxus artists, he created his version where not the violinist, but the performer starts to eat the violin. Good. So it's a kind of instrumentophagy or whatever. And in a way, it is the next step. It's in the same direction where it seemed to be the end point, but it is the next point. And so there are no dead ends in art. And so this topic of dead ends, yes, I reflected since many years, yeah. And it's one of the consequences, yes, of this reflection.
Yeah, but practically, right? The practical part was short, right?
Yeah. The practical was it was really recording. So each file took 1 minute of recording. So it was not simulated. But yes, I had to open the computer, to open the Logic, to create the track, and yeah.
And can you imagine the same piece, but not using NFT token? Would it work?
For me, from my point of artistic interest, no reason, because no reason. I see this kind of crossroad of many reasons to place this kind of my piece, yes, in this very place. It is created with in a kind of with NFT idea and with crypto market idea, etc. Yes. So it's part of the game.
Yes, yes. So it's just only the file. Let's say, correctly understand you, right? The only file of the silence, even if it's digital silence, it's not the piece. It's only one part of the piece. It's the main part of the piece, which all this economical.
It's all connected. Yeah.
Your ownership to the silence. The social economical part is a very significant part of the piece, right?
Absolutely. Plus historical part, which is connected to the Cage and Alphonse Allais, etc., etc. Yes. It is all there, of course. Yeah.
Can you just give maybe from your experience working with NFT, what are the biggest barriers it was for you, or barriers, or I don't know, what is the hardest thing dealing with NFT tokens, or?
I can tell you the idea of selling for me was a problem because I don't feel myself as a person who sell. Yes, but it was a kind of not ethical, but kind of new for me.
Yes.
That I'm the seller. Yes, I take this kind of responsibility in my arms also. So that's why the price is also composed. Yes, I would say that the price is part of composition. The original composition is 4 silences of 1 minute, 40 Ethereum cost. And yeah.
Yes, I understand. And what is like the main, let's say, what was the main learning? What was very interesting or fascinating during all the process?
Curiosity, and I still stay curious because I believe that the life of this project just started.
Yes.
As I told you, there will be a live presentation, there will probably a couple of articles, and etc., etc. And so this project, this piece, this silence actually starts to speak. I a little bit afraid to speak for it, yes? Because if I will start to explain a lot and to kind of give some definitions, yes, then I close for this project the possibility to express itself in very different directions, which I even don't know could be produced by this project. So I prefer this silence to stay silent and to generate the context, to generate kind of meanings and ways of communication with us, yes, with you, with outer reaction. It already started to speak. It's just 4 silent files which already kind of started to speak to me. And last 4 or 5 days, I speak only about these silences with very different people, also with people from very different domain, not artistic domain.
And the last question, what would be your, let's say, 3 suggestions to composers who have never used that technology, right? From your learning, what you have learned, and what would be your suggestions, how to start doing that? Or
first of all, I do suggest to learn about this platform and about this space. It's very important.
Second, crypto space, right?
Yes, crypto space, yes. Second is, actually, it can be used in very different ways. Yes, you can place there the file of your existing music, or you can create special file and you can place it there. No matter, you can name your price and it can be any price, actually. You can, but what would be interesting for me, yes, as an artist, if this piece or project will be somehow reflecting the nature, the special nature of this platform. If it will be artistic reflection of this new instrument, and this will be let's say, this will cost something for me. Now I say about not the monetary cost, but the artistic cost. Yes, it is something to dig and to probably to gain special inspiration and to find very special projects and reflections, ideas, thoughts. So that would be, for me, that would be interesting, but it can be used in very different ways. In very different ways. And what probably also will be interesting for, if someone decides you can learn it from articles or whatever, I can say about the idea of authorship rights. Yes, that when you sell it, when you place it in your marketplace, you can name the percentage which you will receive after this piece will be resold and resold and resold as many times that it will be resold. Each time you will receive the percent which you named there from every step. So yes, from my side, I did very modest 5%, but we can imagine bigger percent. So it starts to work as a public rights society in a way.
Got it.
So it's very special interest.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much for this interview, and I
Thank
hope
you.
that you will create a lot of NFT pieces.
For now, I stop, and for now, I just look what happens.
Thank you very much.
Yes.